Hello everybody, I am Spelna and you're watching Spelna Games. This video is about this most basic stuff about Alexstrasza. Why I'm making this video is just simply with those kind of players that are new and they see the hero for first time and they say like, I have an idea about this hero, what is this hero about? So this is gonna be a sequence of videos when I explain all the aspects and the different way to play Alexstrasza and builds and gameplays and whatever, everything about her, but for now just starting by the basic. So what is Alexstrasza? She is a healer. There can be most of the builds she is, especially if she's backline, she's not frontline like Rhaegar or all those healers. She's stayed backline. Except from when you do like the E build, you're like in the mid lane poking. But for now, we're just gonna talk what the skills are about. The Q, sacrifice Alexstrasza life to heal others person. So that's something so important for Alexstrasza. She always has to keep her HP up. Because if her HP is below the 50% of HP, she's gonna heal so few. And you can see in the description of the skill. This is basically one of the most important heal because this other next one is an AoE heal, but this AoE heal you have a lot of range to place it. So it's really good when you have to like you kind of reach your ally and you need to heal and you can do this. And see in your ally can just get the heal. So you have a lot of range. But the problem is it's kind of risky because you have to wait for the circles complete so you can get the heal. So if you just stand in there, you can be vulnerable to receive damage from others enemy players. So if you're like somebody else playing, something that I always recommend is wait for the circle is almost complete and then get in. Not just standing there. Because that circle can be so easily countered by heroes like Alexstrasza or Jaina. They can just drop an AoE in there, and you may receive like even more damage of the more than the healing you are receiving. So that's how you have to be careful. So how do you really play these abilities? So first, the Q. I already said that just the Q is a targeted skill. What is amazing from the Q is you can basically heal everything. When I mean everything is you can heal even minions. So that means that you can also heal mercenaries. Like if you have a camp of mercenary conquer and it's your camp, you can keep them alive with your Q. Something that not all the healers can do. She can literally heal everything with her Q, even the avatar monster. That's the most important you need to know about her Q. And if you see every time I Q someone, I'm losing HP. So that's important that don't receive damage from the enemy. You have to be a player that can be able to dodge enemy skills. That you have to see when the threat is coming to you and preventing in time, because your HP is important, because if you don't have your HP, your team will not have heals. So a way to keep your HP up by your arm is using your W, and always make sure that you always receive your own heal. So how do you use your W? The way you best use your W is doing it in the best convenience place. Because for example, if the thing is retreating, you wanna put the circle in here, the people wanna go back for the circle and risk their life just for a little bit of heals. You have to put the circle where the people is running. If they're running here and they come from here, you have to make sure they can arrive in time, because that could happen. They can maybe change their way and try to reach the circle, and the circle gonna pop up even before they arrive, just like that. So you need to know the timings and the distance of the timing, if the team can be able to reach that or not. So make sure where you put in your circle. Sometimes in the mid lane first team fight, when everyone is just fighting in the circle, you have to decide to put the circle in the fight, or put the circle out of the fight in the back. Everything depends on the situation. If you have a good front line that is standing in there and is holding the fight, keep them out, put in the circle, and in the fight. But if you feel like your team cannot hold the fight and that they are actually retreating, put it in a safe place and put it behind the door. So, and then the E. What is the E about? The E is really curiously because it's just more than a skill shot. You see, whatever the E touch is stay burning for a good while. It's actually for 5.5 seconds. So this is like a little poison, but it's something that can be so useful and annoying. You can reveal invisible people with that, and the better part is that people are gonna stay burning. So that means they kind of get back to invisible. For example, if you hit like a Nova or a Ceratool, they will not be able to go back to invisible till they stop burning for 5 seconds. Plus their 4 or 5 seconds, I'm not sure, they take to get invisible. So it's like they have to be visible like around for 8 seconds. So they're gonna be pretty annoying for them. And you also have a lot range, so you can get a good advantage on it. So the other thing is, when you do it once, that happens. When you do it twice in the same target, you get an extra damage, and you also slow the target. So it's so good because while you're hitting and securing your team, you are doing this. You are constantly poking. So I'm using the minions around and I'm getting different angles, because just in case if you miss your E, don't lose the mana. Every time when you use the E, you can see again in the mana back. That happens when you hit the same target. Doesn't matter if it's a hero or a minion, you get your mana back. But if you miss it, you lose the mana. So basically that is their abilities itself, how it works and how is the best way to use it. And then her D. Her D is the Dragon Queen form. Something I have to advise from this D is something good and something bad. Let me put the reset the cooldowns. Okay. So what happened with this D is you can take your time and read the description, but more than that, you have some kind of pro and contras with this form. If you see, this form takes time for casting. If you're gonna use this form to save somebody, because you have like all your kills in cooldown, you have to remember that this have a cast time. So you have to have in mind that you have to leave the person healing off. They can survive. Oops. So they can survive the your transformation, where you can be able to heal them over again. For example, let me get this off. I got this out and I got this out. I'm in cooldown right now. Person's about to die, and then it's when I can be able to heal. You can tell it's like, oh, it's just like 2 seconds and you can heal the person over again. But when you're fighting with burst damage enemies, you have to know the timings, and that's so important. The second part you have to be aware of this is when you are in dragon form, you are big. See how the range of my body changed. She is so big, so that's the problem. Is you have to be careful when you're fighting in close weight, in close area, because you can be easily knocked, target a skill shot. You're just a big, huge target for everybody. They can take the chance to body block you or a skill shot so easily. So you have to make sure that while you're doing the Dragon Queen form, you usually like for good and not for bad. Don't rush do it if it's not a correct moment. You have to make sure that when you're doing it, the people will not body block you, one shot you, or like a crab is a big target, and she's also walking slow. She kind of dodge me. Or Kel'Thuzad that says like, okay, yeah, can you chain her so easily and root her so easily because it's so easily to skill shot, and she kind of go away because just look at that. So how the dragon form works? When she's in dragon form, her Q have no life cost, and you can use a spam it like so fast. Well, now it's because I have the cooldowns, but it's every 3 seconds. So something else is the W is also bigger and this is stronger to healing. So this is basically. But the E, you don't skill shot the people anymore. You knock them away. So it's a good defensive way when the people are chasing you for you surviving. You can use it every 4 seconds. So you do it and you walk backwards. Do it, heals and walk backwards. So let me do a good imitation. Let's say that he is chasing me and I do this, run. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, do this, walk backwards, my heels, look back, my heels, go back, and keep running. This is how you can escape having low HP with Alexstrasza. So something else I could explain. Let's see what I'm missing. This. The good part of this game is they tell you already how much you're gonna heal by your Q. Like I said, your Q gonna heal depending on the quantity of the HP you have right now. That's why I always say that you have to kill your HP up the most as you can and don't leave it go down. Because if you see I'm full HP and this is the quantity of healing I'm gonna do. But see, my next Q wouldn't be that strong. And if you ever receive damage from the turret, you can see how I'm losing my healing power. Oh, excuse me guys, something else I forgot to explain about Alexstrasza was the R's and also the basic attacks of the Dragon Form. I forgot to say that Dragon Form basic attack changed too. If you see, you hit now in cone, and as you see earlier, I hit and healed in the same time. So if I have an ally in my way, you're gonna get healed, and the enemy's gonna get damaged. Something else to talk about is the 2 heroics Alexstrasza have. Is Lavender and Cleanest Flame. I personally always prefer this one because it's so many tactics and well to use it. It's so strong. This is not bad, but like I said, I personally prefer this too. So for now I'm gonna type with this one first. Dislike the person with Alexstrasza. Whoever have more HP percent gonna be copied. For example, if I'm losing all my HP because I'm dying, I can like me with somebody in full HP. Or if the person is dying and I'm full HP, I can save the person in full HP. This ability is so good when you have in your team people that have so much HP and you kind of burst healing back up and bring them back to life that easily. For example, like Shogal or Stitches or Diablo, they have so much HP. So these are as convenient for this kind of situation. So I'm gonna make sure that my fury now is full, and now I'm gonna receive the damage. So I'm gonna be the person who is weak now. Unlike myself with him, and I get all my HP back. That is this are about. Whoever have more HP gonna copy the quantity of HP to the other person.
Enemy slain.
See? Amazing, right? You see how much HP this puppet have? 99,000. And she healed all of it. Pretty funny, right? Okay. So the other let me receive the talent. I just grabbed whatever talent for now. Okay, the other talent is this one, and I love this one. So something else I forgot to say. I'm sorry. Something so important about this art is you're gonna get the life is in 2 seconds. So you have to make sure when the person is dying and is about to die, that person you have to make sure that person can survive the 2 seconds during the casting time for you can actually save her or him. Because you're just gonna lose your R, you're going to use your R, and the person gonna die. And it's the worst that can happen for a healer. The healer can save an ally and don't do it. So don't forget during that time, the person have to survive. Also, the other good thing of this art, if I'm not wrong, when you're already clicking and you're casting it, you kind of get into it. It doesn't matter if you're like knocked way out, like so far away. it can still happen. So that's something that is good. You can still like, if you're clicking it and like etc dashing you and motion or something, you can still save the person if you are already linked with that person. So that's something good of this person. You only have to know how much your ally can survive till that person get the heal from your R in those 2 seconds. So let's talk about the other R.
Choose a talent.
This one.
Choose a talent.
This one is so good
Choose a
because
talent.
she fly up and from the sky she attack in an AoE area. This is so overpowered because you can use that to protect yourself and save your team. So for example, if you're low HP and Kyle's that cast on you a pyroblast to finish to kill you, it's like, let's get the healer out of the fight. You can press your R and fly off. While you're casting this, you are immune, so he gonna lose the pyroblast. So the idea to use this R,
Choose a talent.
okay, the way you use this R is like this, healing your ally and attacking the enemy. So that way you can use the most efficiently what you are do, that is do damage and heal in the same time. And it's also good because sometimes when the fight is split, because they're attacking the backline too, so you can heal the backline, front line, backline, front line, and keep all your team alive. So also you can use it for escape. Let's say that you are in a mirror camp and you're about to get camped, but you see them coming. So you have to make sure that you can be safe till you finish the cast in 1.25 seconds. You are and escape so far away, like just this crazy distance. You can just fly away and save yourself out of the risk, and the people are gonna just waste their time. Something else that you can use it for is when you are laning in the early game and you're about to get a kill and that person got saved and therefore and nobody can reach them. Just mind that is the wall in here. You can use your R faster possible and attack them before they get healed. Don't leave them heal, secure the kill and come back with your allies in a safe place. So that's why I love this R and it's so good. And also heals a lot. Let's see this team fight. They both like really low. Look how everything changed. Just because I use my R. So just to mind, like all your team is like melee fighting and the enemy team is melee fighting. You cast this R, you're gonna like make such a big difference in the team fights. Well, thank you so much for watching. This is what tutorial of the basic ability is about. The next video is going to be the different builds, the way you do it, but I also want to try in real life experience how the builds work. So I actually play a bunch of games with all the different builds. I'm going to explain how the builds works and what kind of situations the builds are better in gameplay, in a real gameplay. So we're saying goodbye. I'm going to show you something else. When you are in dragon form, you can still dance. And you can still spray, and you can still down.
Life is precious. You are not.
Well, have fun with your dragon, and see you in the next tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Leave me your commentary, follow, and subscribe.